we'll get that out of there anyway. We do not want to risk going towards that. And then it gets a little bit more interesting now when we look at the actual map choices. So NiP, they've gone over towards Mirage, which they did pick up versus Domination the last day. They looked pretty decent there, but it's a map that Big do have quite a few reps on as well.
Yeah, it's obviously just it's a default map. It's definitely one of the best ones to watch. Next up, after that we have Overpass, and then we have Vertigo to decide. But let's jump into the action here. First map of the best of 3, Big versus NiP here in the ESL Challenger Katowice Europe Closed Qualifiers in the lower bracket.
Yeah, the team going to be going home after this series, as we see earlier on with Domination being sent packing, as the initial 2 kills already go the way of NiP. It was the underpass aggression from Big. They wanted to try something different. It's very quickly being shut down, and now they've been forced to push elsewhere to obtain some info. They have a player pushed in deep on ramp. Unfortunately, it's not really prompting the rotations to come in. It's still just a single player over on this B-bomb site. It's going to be Krimbo all alone, dinked up already. He doesn't even have Kevlar, and he's overrun. The bomb's going to be planted, and at this point, you have 2 players who probably just want to save Kevlar.
Yeah, if you're not damaged on that, you want to try and save it. You can actually bite. Okay. Well, they can still save the Kevlar, but it's damaged now, so you can't upgrade for $350. It'll cost you the full 1,000, which is a massive pain in the ass. So, you know, was that 0 kills on their side on their pistols? So they really are going to be bare bones. Obviously, Favin could try to walk away with a kill here, but it's going to be a little bit of a difficult one. I mean, Rez is going hunting. I think I do favor NiP being able to win this one. They have been a fairly solid team in other lineups, so shots are just not there at the moment for Big. But that's first round over and out. Very convincing start to this best of 3 from NiP. This is obviously their map. We did rush through this overpass from Big. I do have concerns about that for Big. Obviously, they're fairly good at it, but going up against a team of NiP's caliber, they're going to face a lot more issues. It's not going to just be another domination map, I'd imagine. And then Vertigo to finish it out will be fairly spicy. But it's a force coming out from the side of Big.
Yeah, pretty much as expected, though. We do expect them to try and keep this pressure on. See if they can win out this force by send NiP's economy into the gut early on. Nice shot by Config. I'd been spamming through that short smoke, so I was just hoping to catch the timing on him. Didn't quite work out, and well, in the meantime, NiP are ready to pile out. Palace flashes over. There's only a Deagle here to actually try and hold on in the hands of Keto. I don't think there's a lot he's going to be able to do, but that's a decent enough shot as he drops Brolin a second on the head trick. Okay. Doesn't quite manage to land the third flick, unfortunately, and Rez actually doubles down to give them what should now be a bomb plant. Favin's here, but I don't think he can do a lot about stopping him. Might be able to get a bit of damage with that nade at least. Unfortunately, though, swings wide alongside it and gets taken down. Rez is off to a decent start at least, but overall, Big have done a lot of damage here in this round considering what they came in with.
Yeah, massively. Massively so. Taking down 3 of those players. Obviously, 2 Galil's going to be saved is great. Unfortunately, if he had a Deagle, if I was Krimbo, I might have gone for some extra picks there, but with a 5-7, it's just not worth it. It just tickles your enemies at that distance. You don't want to be messing around with that, especially versus Galil's rifle versus 5-7. The rifle will pretty much always win unless it's obviously within closer proximity. Ooh, that's spicy. That Galil could be pretty good for just trying to keep the pressure on the next round. Obviously, they're not going to force buy into this. At least you'd hope not. But at least they at least have something in the way of firepower, plus the extra 5-7.
Yeah, I mean, it's always better than nothing. As you said, the Galil, some pistols, they're investing a little bit. Absen has a HE as well, so I mean, there's a chance, get some damage on these pistols. The Galil perhaps can clean a little bit up. Very least, again, they could make it expensive.
It's a pretty big investment.
Yeah.
Considered. If you look at Favin, and Keto spent a lot of money, so did Favin. They're down to 1,800 each, pretty much.
They get to 2,900, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal, but you're right, it's not like they'll have literally everything. They might have a few nades and such they have to go short on. Oh. They could make it worthwhile, though, if they can just do the damage like they did in that previous round. It would give them something to capitalize on. A decent start, obviously, here in this round. Unfortunately, it didn't last. And Trick with a trade, and We're now a 4-on-4. Interesting little boost up in window. Fortunately, they're smoked off just as they go for it.
Yeah, a little bit too late. We'll see. There's going to be smoke out in towards connector. Keto spots out a player. He's not going to go in for that smoke push. I appreciate that. If he'd gone in for that, I would have been a little bit concerned. Just seeing the pressure is going to be going over towards B, but the rotation hasn't been cotton on from these players. It's going to leave the one and only Favin by himself. 5-7 in hand. This is not looking good. Config takes down Hines as well. Rolling Molly over towards Van, the player. Van's now been spotted. The spray is going to be coming through nade as well, but it's going to be head trick. Getting the headshot in towards Market. Keto goes down. And Krimbo's the last one left standing. Don't think he goes for anything on this front. Honestly, not enough damage done for how much was invested in this round. Especially with how much it's going to cost them in regards to less utility. If Krimbo can get another 2 kills, it'd be great. I think that's going to be a bit of a far shot for him to be able to try and pull off. So, good start from NiP, converting the bonus round as well into their own. And although they may not fully realize it has actually cost Side of Big quite a bit in regards to their balance. We go into the first sort of proper round, if you want to call it, from Big. Excited to see what they're going to be able to pull out of the bag on this one.
Yeah, we've barely even got the game started yet. It's only now, as you said, the guns truly come out. It's okay, I mean, as we said, Keto and Favin maybe could have kept a little bit more money in those previous rounds. But they're going to get their M4's body armor, the basic utility behind it as well. It's not terrible. There's a Galil in the hands of Brolin, which might benefit from the fact that 4 players don't have helmets. But other than that, pretty much everything Big could ask for. But they need to come alive here now in the early stages. Mirage, of course, is the map choice of NiP here. Have fantastic stats on it, so I think if there was maybe one map that could be a bit more one-sided in this series, this is probably it. But even then, Big play it a lot as well. It's Mirage, everyone knows how to play it. They, at the very least, want to be putting up a good challenge.
Yeah, lots of utility used right off the bat. That's a good set of smokes and mollies gone. Aleksib also able to take down tabs and Keto falls down. Brolin able to snap into that hedge. Oh, Favin blocks that. Unfortunately for him, it's just a giant indicator. He carries on trying to push through, and unfortunately that's going to be to his eyes. Hype's going to get naded a little bit. We've also got Krimbo in towards his window room with that saved Galil that he's kept. This is the 3rd round he's managed to keep this. But I have a feeling he's not going to be able to survive to keep it into the following round, especially with this peak coming through. Aleksib has made the score. His teammate's going to be coming through, going for the spray config. Quick work with him, and now BXQ comes through. Hype's the last one left alive. We saw him do some spicy stuff with the nade AWP, but 1v5. Probably asking for a little bit too much, but it starts off well. First kill comes through, second one. He may not realize the majority of the team actually going to be coming up from behind, so he is going to be unholy prepared for this. Swear to God, if he gets knife killed, it'd be embarrassing. Hype will turn around in time, but unfortunately, config far too fast. He gets the kill. They don't even pick up the AWP. They don't need it.
I mean, as you said, at least he didn't get knifed. We're going to look for some positives of how that, round went. Right, config rather didn't get extra money. Always good. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of where we wanted Big to come alive. Instead, now it's going to be a 5-0 start here for NiP on their own map choice. And becomes a little bit worrying for Big. 1 M4, some pistols and Kevlar. Tabson ready, taken out. Peeking, I believe, from the top of stairs there. Roland's just going to back away as well. He knows that he could be getting pushed. He doesn't want to stick around and risk giving that Galil to anyone. Seeing they were only up against the pistols as well.
Keto may decide to push through the smoke. We'll just wait until it dissipates, actually. There's a play on the other side of it. Config, who has been on point today with his rifle. So I imagine he will be again. There we go. Headshot. Let's see how they're playing, actually. Big, obviously, we're still very much at the start of this, but they don't seem as together as NiP. NiP seem to be doing a lot of these executes very well. And last one left alive. A1 in hand. He's going to be able to take down a player. Now he's going to run for the hills. Unfortunately for him, there's a player out hunting. It's Aleksib, who's made his way over towards market from B at the moment. So This player has very little places to go. He's actually backing up. There's a player right in front of him. He's just waiting. Held the angle, got the headshot. And they are punishing big. Not allowing a single player to go through. So they're going to have to invest heavily into this. Thanks to the round loss bonus and some of the extra money kept over from the previous round. They're going to be able to buy into this. 2 AWPs though, Dean. No armor on Krimbo. Oh, he just hasn't bought it yet. Never mind.
Yeah, a bit of a drastic change. I mean, it makes sense. This is not going well. At least in the initial few rounds, they were doing some damage while they were on the weaker weapons and such, but they didn't really manage to do what they would have wanted to in that previous gun round. And with that, the economy of NiP really has begun to bolster as the initial kill finally is going to be picked up for big. It's hyped in on mid, who wins out that initial op fight up against Aleksib. It is heavy focus in general here for NiP on mid, and it looks like big now that they've got that initial killer. Like, okay, you can have it. We're going to just sit with this advantage.
Yeah, I think taking down Aleksib was actually such a crucial move. He's been a pain in the ass. Because he, obviously being the IGL team, he wants to be able to obviously lead his team in, but he's also able to play a little bit more carelessly and try to put his players in the best positions he can, as well as just being an absolutely fantastic player himself. But Config, he's been a spicy player here as well. The whole of the team on NiP are actually pretty much equal in kills and deaths at the moment. Saying that, I mean, 3 of them have 1 death. That's just... At this point, I mean, 6th rounds, you'd expect a little bit more. Hetrick does take down Hype. That's open up action. Waiting, tabs and holding the angle, but loses the duel versus Rez. Didn't even get any damage off, and Hetrick going to be coming in from above. Config takes down Kizo. Krimbo does find 1. The position known. AWP is still on the side of Favin. He didn't pick that up. He purchased this, remember. This is a heavy investment. Favin's out, and Favin's just completely blinded. Stood no chance. And why would you not back up from that? Just give up the angle. If you're being flashed, you'll be blinded. You're probably going to get peeked. Oh no, and look at this. They know exactly where he is as well.
Yeah, he's hunted. Although Hetrick needs to make sure he doesn't just hand them an op right now. So he might want to wait for one of his teammates to get a little bit closer, perhaps.
So
Either way.
He's not risking it. He is staying a little bit more cool and calm and collected rather than going in for like... If he jumped on ramp there, sorry, on the van there, I think there was a chance he was dead.
Probably. Krimbo would have been ready for it. Takes the moment for you to re-establish accuracy. Rez is coming through under, though, so they do definitely want to hunt this.
He's going to jump up on van now. He might see the gun and be able to wallbang him. No, he wasn't in there in time, so... Good round from NiP. 0 rounds for big, and, well, seems like it's their turn to be dominated this time round.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting this. I mean, in fairness, though, we did know Big struggled in their opening matchup yesterday versus Ho2 as well, so...
Yeah,
clearly they have some struggles of their own.
I did see some issues, even on Overpass, where they did, obviously, so well. And it maybe on Inferno a little bit, but it was definitely more apparent to me on Overpass that some of their communication wasn't quite there on some of the executes, especially compared to NiP, who right now seemingly are very cool, calm, and collected, and they're just doing a lot of defaults at the moment, and they're just playing straight into their strengths.
It doesn't bode too well for Big's Overpass up next, then, does it?
No, I'm definitely concerned for that, especially. When you're going up against a team like Domination, it's like, sure, you have the upper hand of experience and ability, I'd imagine. But when you go up against a team who's obviously equal, if not better, like NiP, who also have the experience and have a fantastic IGL, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's a bit more of a challenge here for sure. Config just creeps around the ramp slowly into the fight and manages to win it versus Keto. They just have the weapons advantage. Hampson recovers 1. They could block him off with some smokes right now, but they just want to keep on moving in dry. Stay on the contact and potentially even have Big doubt on whether this is the full commitment or not, because in the meantime, they've even crept a player out onto B. Just keeping Big on their toes. Krimbo, okay, clears out Sandwich. It actually sent everyone else back, so Config was left just lurking there alone. And if Hetrick goes down on B right now, then they're going to have no bomb site to go to.
It's all going to be down on Favin. Extra smoke's going to be going down over towards that position on market. Oh my god, Favin. He's been unable to hit a single shot. He's currently on 0 kills, 6 deaths. He does once more. He's going to be James Bonding it up in here. Metric gets this angle, but he's going down. Favin does die. That's a little bit unfortunate, but it's going to be a difficult situation. All of a sudden, it's looking a little bit more dangerous for the side of NiP, but not for long because Rez and Aleksib are here to save the day. AWP unrecoverable, though, thanks to the fire.
Yeah, I mean, it forces a bit more reinvestment out of NiP than otherwise would have been required, but considering they're not far off halfway to the finish line, it's not going to be too big of a deal, I don't think. 7-0. Big having a chat. Is this a technical pause?
Yeah, it's a technical.
I mean, Big need any sort of pause right now, if I'm being honest. I think they'll just take what they can get.
Any kind of pause. I was watching a little bit of the show match that's going on the major, and they're playing with some funny as hell settings. Zero gravity and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they did like a in real life smoke as well, so all the players in the box were smoked.
Mm.
Oh,
France versus Blast Dream. Interesting.
Yeah, I think the Dream Team has Smuya, Cypher, Simple. I can't remember who else was on it. Get Right and someone else. Yeah. Stiko, yeah, and Get Right, yeah.
Versus RPK, Kenny, Body, Shocks, and Jax.
Yeah, pretty epic.
Looks like it'd be a fun match. It's more competitive than this one anyway. It's 11-11 right now.
Yeah, to be fair, that one of the rounds I think they had RBK, aka the tank. I think he had like 1,000 HP or something. Because they're just doing like stupid rules and stuff.
Is that not default?
For him, yeah. God, it's been a while since we've seen him do much. Is he retired?
I was just wondering.
I think he might be.
No team anyway.
Yeah. Last team he played. Yeah, because he was he was obviously on Vitality and then left or got dropped in 21. I think he's retired. I can't remember off the top of my head. Team of French retired players, him and Kenny S now. Anyway, back into the action. NiP gonna be going up against Big. Currently dominating. 7 rounds on the board. A little bit spicy.
11 kills between all the big players right now.
It is pretty terrible, especially if you consider like Tabson got his first 2 kills last round. Yeah,
Favin's still yet to get himself on the scoreboard. I don't know if he has any assists. No, he doesn't. He's James Bonding.
He's and so I was going to comment on the fact that they're just not winning the duels. When they go up against NiP, it's not even the fact that they get like any damage on. There's been probably like, I think 10 instances I could think off the top of my head where they face off against the member of NiP and they don't get any damage off. Which just should not happen. Or at least not as much as it is.
I mean, it's an interesting setup they have going right now around the stairs as well. 3 players here. It's allowed for Brolin to creep out pretty aggressive towards Tetris, which should at least be cleared here by Tabson, but Brolin's in a position where he could be a nuisance. If he gets that first kill, suddenly he keeps them all busy, while NiP are likely moving over towards B instead, and that's exactly what's going to happen now. Although the rotations are still coming in, but the bomb is not yet committed to this, so they're, I guess, just waiting to see how the kills go, and well, they're not going to go all that well at all. Favin and Krimbo both take a kill each. Favin welcomes himself to the scoreboard, but it only gives them a 3-on-3.
Yeah, and I mean, at the moment, NiP are spread all across the server. Seems like they are going to try and dedicate themselves over towards the A side. So Brolin, he's really got to be the key here, and he's going to get tagged down heavy. Keto, doing a better on that. Actually, right there. Getting mollied out there. They have to be careful. They need to hold this cross. There's not really enough inside of NiP. Talking of which, they're going to be able to get one, but the trade's coming in thick and fast. Last player left alive is going to be Krimbo. He's nowhere to be seen. He could go for the spray through the smoke here. But instead, he's opting to try and remain a little bit more anonymous.
I heard, I think, by Rez. Yeah, no more anonymity, unfortunately. Watch, Krimbo's going to need an instant headshot as he comes out. If he got that kill on towards Rez, Brolin's left on 14 health. It is so close. Would have been a very winnable one-on-one, at least probably the best position they've had so far, but no, it doesn't happen, unfortunately. 8-0, NiP, they are halfway there to the finish line already. can see why they chose Mirage, clearly. Big don't even have quite enough to get a full buy here. They're on pistols and Kevlar. Decent utility at the very least, but considering they've struggled with the actual guns, I don't know how well they're going to fare here. Maybe they're willing to take a few more risks.
I think some of the best performance of these players so far in this game is actually from the Eagles. Which isn't saying much, considering they have pretty much no kills.
Not a lot has happened, really.
No, and I mean, just for you guys, if you're just joining us, I mean, Big managed to win their last series in this. Oh, okay, never mind. Krimbo, Tabson do pick up a couple of kills. They're man advantage, but when you have no rifles and such, and Aleksib is already over it. Oh, okay, never mind. Hyped. Like I said, they have been performing better of these Deagles, which isn't really a good sign. If this is the first round they win, it's going to be a bit of an interesting one. Ooh, Hyped, I think, spotted out that player, Hedrick, as well. Haven't seen Hyped is going to be waiting for his teammates to come in through CT. Should be able to find a kill here. Hedrick has to stay alive. Luckily for him, he's not going to get backstabbed, but Aleksib does backstab Hyped. This is going to be open up this site as an option. Tabson doesn't want to tag. AK's managed to pick up. He's managed to swing on through. The smoke goes down, but he's looking to go in for the jump up here. He has been tagged a little bit further. Down to 21 HP. The bomb goes down. They now all have guns. The bomb is actually planted in a decent position here for the recovery from Big. Two players towards CT. See if they can recover this 2v3.
Flash to let Hedrick peek early as well. They wanted to bring it down to the 2-on-2. What the F? Say that word, I'm not sure what was going on there. No one's sticking the bomb yet. Anyway, so Hedrick wins out that initial kill. One up on the top of the boxes, playing around the smoke. It's trades constantly, but there's no time. Big cannot get that defuse in by the time they waited out the smokes. They had to be pretty much instantaneous on the trades. 9-0. Again, though, what the hell? It's like swap AKs, lost. Bro. I don't like mine.
When you press G too many times or whatever the button is. Oh my god. He just threw his gun away.
Y first. He was trying to type GG.
They still won it, mate.
I don't know how.
Even after that, I managed to get the spray and I managed to kill one of them. That was an interesting situation. Even when NiP quite literally trying to throw their guns away, still managed to win the round. A little bit more convincing from Big. Still a lot of mistakes were made. They didn't have a kit, so I can't really fault them on that. At least they didn't know where the kit was dropped. Coming to this next round, healthy buy coming out from the side of NiP. Big, they're pretty good as well. I mean, Krimbo lacking head armor and all util, but it's not really too much of an issue on the CT side. No point buying that head armor if you're facing up against AKs. If they've got grills, that's when it sucks. See, we have the little bit of a change over towards the A site. Favin's going to be there. Hyped towards underpass, finds the first kill. Actually, he's going to be playing aggressive, unfortunately. Hyped loves that. You're feeding straight into him. Keto does go down, but Hype's going to be able to get a trade off, and Krimbo, with one of his own AWP, gets the kill, and now Brolin walks straight into the trap of Favin, who's on the palace there and finds the kill.
Damn. Brolin managed to burn Hyped from the grave. That actually took away one of the ops. They can make it...
Oh, wow.
They can bring it out again. Krimbo dropped his one to Hyped, I think, and Hyped was maybe considering buying up another one. I'm not sure what's going on now. Whether they want the double op setup again or not is still in question, but it's what helped them finally add a round on the board there in the previous. NiP definitely took a few risks, though. They tried to just pretty much probe everywhere on the map. They were hoping to just thrive in the chaos, really, and well, against the double op setup, that is a little bit harder to do, especially without any sort of utility, but just trying to take those dry fights.
If you have to depend on a double op setup, you're in trouble. Because that's just economically not viable unless you win 100% of those rounds, really. It'd be pretty bad. Another pause coming out. This must be another tech pause here, not quite sure, but well, I'm sure we might find out. Doing a little bit of the flash juggle there. So what have we got on the buy here? 2 kits, Favin and Tabson. No armor in them. Brolin might be the one that crashed because he has absolutely nothing on him right now. Not even armor.
Maybe. You sure?
Someone
just the restart already? Did he crash or was it just something else?
Oh, Rez is gone. No,
Is
no,
he?
Rez isn't gone. No, never mind. They're back.
Yeah,
It
okay,
sounded like
everyone's
someone
back.
died. Wait.
I
Is
don't know what the
Config
issue
muted?
was then. Probably
Who
just like a
knows? We're playing a guessing game.
Discord or TeamSpeak issue. Something like that.
Yeah. Well, into the 11th round. 9 rounds on the board for NiP on their map, and only 1 for Big. He's looking a little bit embarrassing here for Big.
Krimbo repping the team 9, I think, there with his spray. Here we go. Oh, Config has already eaten a nade. He's coming out of the top of mid, and, well, it doesn't matter. He serves as a distraction as Rez mows down 2 in connector. Favin up on short. Would get the trade if Rez tries to actually move in for that connector control, and he's actually just going to push the issue here. He realizes they need to bring the numbers back and start finding out what's going on, and it's actually just a straight up B hit. Krimbo trapped in at the back of the bomb site. I was going to say he's doing a decent job staying alive, but he's eventually flushed out by the molly, but not before his teammates can rotate into position and clean it up. There we go, a second round for Big. Keeping 2 alive, a second up if they wanted it, but no, they decided against it.
You know, good rounds. Maybe they have some life to it, but the max they can get is, what is it, only 6 rounds they can get now, so it's maybe a little too late on this front. They're going to have to do a lot to try and bring this back. It's going to be a struggle, but if they can, you know, 6 rounds on the board, if they win the pistol rounds, they can obviously equalize it. This is similar to what we had, obviously, on Overpass with Big versus Domination. It's definitely going to be a spicy one, whether or not they can do it. NiP using one of their first timeouts could be to, you know, have a talk between themselves, but it could also be just kind of destroy the momentum from Big.
Yeah, couldn't hurt, and I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say Big might have caused called the last couple tactical or technical pauses as well, maybe. So, and if you're like, you know what, you're breaking up our momentum, we're going to call it a tactical pause here and make sure you can't quite carry all this momentum forward. Every time you win a round, we're going to leave you sitting for a moment. It's only pistols though, 1 AK in play for NiP. On paper here, Big shouldn't have too much trouble at all getting this 3rd round. Roland though, he's been playing pretty well, so maybe that AK can kick things off on a positive note.
That's a bit of a struggle round we've seen from this team. Trying to kick it off spicely, but going to get denied. Hype from the AWP, going to be shutting these players down left, right, and center, but Tabson, he picks up 2 for himself alongside Hypes. 2 as well, Keto with 1. Trying to resuscitate this match for themselves, or at least this map. Still not enough yet, we'll see. 3 rounds on the board, then get another 3 total on this half. Side of NLP, they're now going to be able to buy back into this. Heavy investment. They've got pretty much no money in the bank, but they'll have round loss bonus $2,900, so if they can get the bomb down, they'll be able to try and force into the next round if they wish, or at least buy for the final round of this half in 2 rounds' time. Send themselves up there, exploring over towards B apartments.
I want to be able to keep the pressure on as much as possible, as you were saying. Ideally, winning out now so that they force down onto another eco. Let Big really start building the CT side into a decent position, considering where they started anyway. Slow on the mid control. Does look like they want it eventually with a couple players moving in. They're waiting for that underpass presence as well from Rez. They might be considering putting in a bit of a fight as well, but they don't have a ton of utility, so siding against it instead, sending actually a 3rd player over towards B as he goes over through kitchen, maybe to boost up on short. And they're pushing the B apps. They want info everywhere.
Yeah, so what they could do here is collapse back in towards ramp with those 2 players, and then push from mid in towards A if it's taken, plus hold in towards window room with Tabson. Oh, Tabson's actually switching over towards CT. One's going underpass, that's going to be Krimbo. Favin through market as well. Tabson's now in position near triple. Waiting for any kind of push. Krimbo does take down Rez. We missed that kill. Happened in the spray from Tabson. He gets 2. Hyped with 1. And, well, Favin picks up the final 1. Fantastic execution from this team. Holding over towards that ramp position. Really well executed there. And it seems like they might be trying to collect themselves back together.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of just came alive out of nowhere, and well, now it's NiP who seem to be struggling a small bit. They'll be focused on the final round of the half rather than this one, where they don't really have too much, just some deagles. Chance for a few kills, maybe. But even damage, I don't think, would make too much of a difference at this point. Big have the economy for that final round. They're charging up mid. Okay, Keto. Couple of kills already. They might not realize Config bypassed them in the smoke. Okay, I was going to say getting the 2 kills was going to be tough. Never mind. Spams down a third player as the smoke was in his way, but he done some damage, but it didn't matter. Tabson was not at all afraid of that fight. Got flashed in from hyped to, again, put the advantage back over towards Big.
So close. Brolin tries his best now. Aleksib is the last one to fly, but not long left for this world. Well played, Big. Going to be able to get the 5th round on the board, and they really are trying to pump life into this match for themselves, and they've done a good job at it. Being able to bring back to 5 rounds. 6th round is possible, but it's going to be the buy round from NiP. Although the damage was done by the side of obviously Config getting those deagle kills, it's not going to be enough, especially going into the final round of this this first half. NiP struggled a little bit in the last 2 rounds to try and close it out. And nonetheless, we move on. Really good teamwork, actually, from Big, I will just say. Tabson getting flashed in towards mid from Hyped was great. Talking of which, Hyped finds 1. Tabson with a 2nd. On towards Rez.
This has been a tremendous turnaround in performance. It looked like NiP were on track for what could have maybe even been a flawless half, yet Big now most likely going to come out with 6 unless Brolin, Headtrick, and Aleksib have a little bit of a miracle here in this 3-on-5. Perhaps tucked up their sleeve. Let's see. Aleksib waiting on the feet to show themselves. Seems like Big were also being cautious of this exact angle, though. So we'll see. For now, it is a bit of a stalemate. NiP grouping back in this direction either way, so that won't last too long.
Brolin has made his way down below Palace, so this could be quite
seen
interesting.
the feet.
Tabson has seen the feet, so he's just waiting. He does manage to take the shot. The teammate pushes in. Tabson trying to go in for the trade. He does go down. Headtrick as well. Brolin gets to get the kills. It's now going to be 2-on-3 situation. Hyped with the no-scope. Doesn't work. Headtrick was there. Ready and waiting. Peeks in towards... well, that's going to be jungle. Tags the player. Doesn't get the kill. Brolin going to be on the other side of the smoke. Doesn't quite realize there's a player right in front of him. Now he does. He finds one. Goes with the spray through the smoke. Eventually finds it. Really well played. That's going to be NiP picking up 10 rounds in the first half. Big with only 5. We're going to go into a quick break. We'll be back with the second half, but don't go anywhere.
Give me some clarity. First time that we met not long ago. Before you had to get back on the road. We spend every second of the day together. I remember when we talked till 3 a.m. Driving around in town in your old van. Tell stories about who we used to be. we speak, I'm running circles. Since you're in my life, I can get no sleep. If you give me a sign, I'll be yours to keep. Just wanna say you're mine and make history. 'Cause I've been playing blind, wasting all this time, yeah, I need clarity. Give me some clarity. Yeah, I need clarity.
Alrighty, welcome back. It's going to be a big versus NiP. NiP have now switched on over towards the CT side. This is their map, and they have got quite the advantage.
Yeah, not as big maybe as they would have wanted, though, all things considered. Definitely could have come out with more, but they salvaged that round towards the end. They got to 10-5 half, and if they can take the pistol, then I don't think they'll be looking back too much. But this is still a must-win here for Big as the push in towards B comes true. They find a pretty much open bomb site. Aleksib was just watching it from the kitchen. They had taken the gamble stack over towards A, and well, there's not much they can do now about stopping this bomb plant. A 5-on-5 retake, which is not a common position.
No, this is interesting, and we talked about if Big could get 6 rounds on the board and then get another 3 from the pistol round, but even 3 rounds pistol round here could be huge. But Broden going to be starting off the bang, the Julie's in hand. Favin's going to have to go big. He took 8 rounds to get his first kill on the first slide, but he's going to get absolutely slammed. Aleksib flushes his own teammate, and now it's going to be Tabs on the left. In a difficult situation, he does go down. Config in a 1v2 finds one, trying to find this second kill as well. All he has to do is find the shoulder, the legs, the back, anything. Not going to be able to find a kill. All the defuse as Krimbo picks up Config's head. Good rounds, a little bit close, and honestly, I think that's thanks to the fact that Aleksib actually managed to get a team kill there.
Yeah, I'm honestly not too sure how that played out. It was a very hectic retake. A 5-on-5, as we said, it's not too common. I don't think a single point of damage had even been dealt out until the retake was commencing, so very difficult to retake for NiP, and the fact that they even got it down to the 1-on-1 I think was a little bit of a miracle. Big, though, get their 6th round. They take themselves into a decent position as long as they can overcome this force buy. They should be building up an early T side. Nearly a few rounds on their T side, never mind. Config threw me off a little bit. He's thrown Big off as he takes 2 kills towards the top of mid. This MP9's in trouble, but I was going to say any damage he can connect at this point will be a big help to his teammates as it starts to fall apart. It's a 2-on-2. Rez with 3 health somehow comes out with a double kill of his own, and now it's all on the hyped on 8 health against that 5-7 of Aleksib.
And the bomb is in the front of Connector, which was seen. It's been spotted, and now the AK in hand. Hypes did his best to bring this back, picked up 2 kills. Keto with 2 of his own. Now Aleksib's here to try and finish them, flush them down the toilet. See if he can do it though. Aleksib knows all he has to do is wait. Hype's trying to bait in this player, but Hype's really going for big. He's being spotted. He's going to go for the wallbang. You have to be so careful with it. It takes as a single hit from this player. Even a wallbang from that AK could take him out. Aleksib has to be careful. Now Hypes with 4 bullets. Can't do it. The clutch comes out. Aleksib, absolutely fantastic play here. That's going to be 11th round on the board. And Big. Winning that pistol round was everything. Now you have to wonder if they're going to be able to recover from this.
It really is a worst case scenario. It ruins their economy. It ensures that they only got the 1400 loss bonus there as well, so they barely can even afford the deagles on a scout here. So yeah, it's horrible. If NiP win this, they're probably going up 13-6, and Big maybe have 1, perhaps 2 gun rounds to start putting up a fight. Flashed in. Can be finding anything. It's a fairly passive hold from Big right now, as you'd expect. And we're maybe expecting some aggression again in the early stages after what we've seen from Config in that previous round.
Config is an absolute beast for that Eagle. Oh, that nade! Oh my god, Favin. He's down to... What? I don't even know how much HP that is. 3 HP. So close, and oh, he still managed to pull out a kill though with the P250. Absolute beast of a gun. Head trick over towards Height. These pistols could still do some damage if they can break the economy of NiP. Well, I say break. If they can try to break down these players, they could do something with this map. Oh, talking of which, Rez is going to be running into a player. 2 of them, in fact. He does go down. The bomb has a chance to try and get planted. If they don't do it soon, though, it's going to be Brolin coming for the backstab. He has been worked out. It's being spotted, but it's too late. The tags come through, but the smoke goes down. Pavin and Tabson, last 2 players left alive. Rifle in hands, but only 6 bullets in the mag. There's not really too much they could do. Favin tries to go in for the long-range shots. It's not meant to be. Brolin does make a little bit of a sound, but he spotted out the player. The headshot comes through, though. Tabson able to get the kill. Head trick with a flash in towards this position. Wherever this player goes, he's going to get stabbed from either side. He finds one, but unfortunately for him, Aleksib doesn't take action immediately, so the bomb can go down. This is going to be money in the bag. Aleksib once again left in a clutch situation. Oh, he spotted the player. He knows he can try to take this fight on. Tabson has got body armor. Neither one of them have head armor. No helmets. Tabson's just falling onto this angle. Who's going to win it? We had a peak angle, but he pulls out a nade, and Tabson says, not today. Pushes in, swings out, gets the headshot as well. Winning that fight for his team, pulling them up to 7 rounds on the board. They so desperately needed that clutch.
All right, winning out a force buy of their own. Now it's actually NiP whose economy is in a worse position than it was when they just straight up lost the pistol round. So this could work better potentially for Big in the long run, but it was a risky way to play it out, the back and forth. Eagles in a scout of their own. It's a very similar buy that NiP have right now to what we've seen from Big in the previous. Keto tagged up already. Not a great start. There's a couple of Galils in play here as well, so they're not rocking AKs across the board. And I think they just don't want to make any early moves now, realizing that the force buy, of course, has come in after that initial scout damage was taken. NiP are getting pretty aggressive as well. They've put a player deep in the apps. I don't think he wants to stick around, but as you can see, Krimbo expects him to be pushed up now. So at the very least, if they do eventually win a move back B, they're going to have to be very cautious with that.
I'm a little bit concerned with how Aleksib actually played that clutch. You know where the player is, you face off against him, and you pull a nade out whilst out in the open.
What
a rookie mistake. Yeah. I think there's just overconfidence on that front. Rez holding that angle, but unfortunately he was holding that around chest level rather than the head. So, gonna be pushing. Brolin, he finds 2. He's such a master with these pistols so far. Config goes down, so is Aleksib. It's gonna be a trick with the scout versus like Galil. It's not gonna work. Another round on the board here for Big. This is what we like to see. Trying to bring this back into being a bit more of a competitive map, because in all honesty, it did not seem like it was competitive on the first half as NiP spanked Big and pulled 10 rounds on the board. But you know what? 5 rounds on Big's CT side. I think they're thinking that's going to be enough for them to try and pull this through into the second half. And we look at the economy on the side of NiP. It is in tatters. They only have 2,400 round loss bonus after this one. So they'll be buying into the next one. Missing a couple of extra bits. Wait, hang on. Config with the USP just out-aimed Favin, who has a AK.
Did he have a helmet? Maybe not.
I'm gonna go with no, just because it's too horrible to think if he didn't have a helmet.
Yeah, actually, I think I see 2 splats of blood on the wall though. So he must have hit a few shots. Either way,
it would have had to be 2 helmets either way. I mean, 2 shots anyway from that
range.
distance.
Yeah, it would have been like 4 maybe with the helmet. You've got an AK now though, so that's not a bad recovery. They've already done good damage. As a player in ladder room who's heavily tagged that they're aware of as well. Fortunately, the smoke makes it a bit more difficult to deal with him. Aleksib is going to bypass it though, just hoping to go in on short itself. They are attempting this retake, it looks like. They could have had a couple of AKs to save forward, but no, they want to go for it. Aleksib with the first already is Keto pinned in on Van. The other player back in on short is being held right now by Head Trick. It all comes down to this kill potentially, and well, as that one goes the way of Krimbo, I don't think there's too much risk anymore. Even if he got that kill there, they don't have a kit. It's sure it's the default plant, but it would have been a full 10-second stick that would have been needed. So it's 11-9, but I mean, not a bad eco. NiP can be happy in that regard. They've done pretty solid damage. Now they're coming onto the guns, and if they can capitalize by winning out this gun round, then the economy of Big will be feeling that damage from the previous round.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think if I remember correctly, it's at least 2 shots if you get 1 headshot onto the helmet, and then I think you can pretty much do leg shot or headshot, if I'm right in saying, because you actually do more damage to legs if someone's armored, because the armor doesn't actually extend to the arms or legs. So if you shoot them with a pistol in the arms, you're actually going to do more damage on average, if you can hit the shots anyway. Either way, 9-11 at the moment on the scoreboard. Ninjas. Oh, Broden, perfect position. He finds one. Favin just going to be able to back off. They go for the double peek, take the kill, but the trade's going to be coming out. Keto on towards Palace, has to do the overwatch. Going to be Rez, get a double kill, takes down the bomb holder, going in for the third, can't quite do it. Keto backs them down. Aleksib as well, looking to push in. Him and Headtrick rather dominate it. Pick up an AWP for the troubles, and that's 3 players that survived through 12th round on the board. And the economy is actually struggling for Big Side. Thanks to the extra pressure they put on it in the prior round, you can see that 2 of the players are sub 3,000.
Yeah, I mean, considering they'd won a few rounds, they probably would have wanted to have established some sort of an economy, but as we said, the damage had been done time and time again, so instantly left in a troublesome position with just pistols, likely given a 13th round over to NiP. And then it's just going to be a necessity for them to step up in this next gun round. Roland got the kill, I think, around the edge of the smoke over towards Palace. Either way, 5-on-4, Glocks and Deagles. There's really not much that we're expecting to happen here. 1 or 2 kills has got to be the goal.
May be doing a solid job of being able to secure this for the side of NiP. Obviously, Big are going to be able to buy into this next round. But even if they win it, well, I mean, the economy on NiP is pretty crap at the moment. So, you know what, there's a chance, but I think getting 13th round of the board, it's going to be looking pretty good for NiP to make the run for at least, like, you know, the 14th and 15th rounds. We have to wait and see. Big, they have had a few interesting rounds, a little bit shaky on a few of them, and obviously the first half is terrible. We've only managed to pick up 4 rounds so far this half. We're going into the 23rd round right now. Let's see what the buy is going to be for the Big Side.
I mean, it's okay. They get the op, which is important. We pointed out how important Hyped was in their previous series, so ideally you want him to start finding form here and now. Up will help at that. Habson stuck on a Galil, which is not ideal since he was also so good in their previous series. Let's see, now or never for Big. Rez playing the one-way smoke towards under. Trading damage, and Nade should do a little bit more, but no kills as of yet. But Tabson's down to 36. He's just gonna have to wait out that smoke, and instead it's actually Config who had gotten aggressive through under. I didn't quite realize it dropped when that one-way smoke was going down. I believe it didn't work out, but Rez at least is in for one trade. Oh, that's the bomb though at that mid. Look even at the damage done on the Favin and Tabson.
Yeah, and I mean, Tabson's out of the top lane. He's in a dangerous position. Talking of which, Rez, he's going to be able to pick up 2, going for the triple. He can't. Favin shuts him down. He's looking for Aleksib as well, but now he's left alone and wondering where his teammates have fallen. Aleksib going for the spray, giving away his position, but he doesn't care. He wants to make sure this player knows where he is to instill fear into this player's heart. 40 HP, no bomb in his hand. They should know it's at the top of the top mid at the moment. And if so, they should have an idea as to how he has to play this. If they work out he's going over towards short, it doesn't matter. I mean, Hedrick's here. He's going to be holding this angle. It's all going to be about time, and his gun spotted. He just dropped through the side of the boxes there. It'll be unfortunate. Nice round from NiP. 14th round in the bag, and, well, economy is intact on the side of Big, so they have to play for overtime.
Yeah, I mean, they've already been pretty solid at recovering. We saw them come back from, what, 9... Was it 9-0 or something? They salvaged a half. They got a bit of back and forth here in the early stages as well. So they're capable of chaining some rounds together, but it's gonna have to be flawless. They want to make this overtime happen. Tech9 dinks already. Okay, not a bad start. Brolin not going to find the same success early on in this round as he has in the last couple. As on the nade, at least trades one back. Another HE comes in towards Krimbo and does a ton of damage, and Config pushes through to finish him off. So now that they've got the numbers advantage, they don't really need to keep pressing the issue. I suppose it is always nice to pad the stats against the egos, though, so they'll fine for now.
Glock in hand. Keto at least has a right. He's going to be peeking onto this position, gets a kill, but the trade comes out super fast. Tabson's position known. He's going for the shots with a Glock across the site of A. That was not going to happen. Nice try. 15th round, and potentially the, well, map point here going to be coming on the board for NiP, but it is going to be a buy around from the side of Big. No AWP is afforded. You can see that only, I think, Keto had enough money for that. Oh, tabs into... Yeah, okay, yeah. A few of them had, but honestly not worth it because they would have had to glass cannon it with no util. I think we need to see a bit of a faster-paced round here from them, which unfortunately we're not going to get. Two smokes down in towards this mid position. One on catwalk, one into the mid spot. Trying to peek one over the top of this, but it's going to be tabs and blinded. He has to be careful and act fast, but unfortunately... in this situation, it's going to be Falvin with the trade. Gets one. Keto over towards A as well. This fast player is now suddenly looking a little bit more attractive. Head trick. Takes down Keto. Big. Trying to pull it out at the last moment. It is going to be a 3v3, so it's not over yet. They're not out of the woods.
It's a tough retake, to be honest here. Not a lot of utility for NiP to work with, but they do at least have a few positions they're moving in from, including that palace control. Will make things, say, difficult initially for Big if they swarm it fast, but no, they're taking their time, and there's already pretty much none on that clock. I'm surprised they've stuck around. Doing their best as Rez. Mike is fighting just to carry his AK forward if he can get that kill. Yeah, there you go. At least be able to carry one weapon through. They make it very costly for Big at the very least. I mean, only Favin survives, so the reinvestment here costs them everything. They're not going to have everything they'd want. There'll be a lack of utility, maybe a Galil or two if they want to get the nades. And they still need 5 more rounds to get this just into an overtime. So while NiP do drop around there that I don't think they wanted to, it's, for the moment anyway, of little consequence.
Yeah, they're just trying to tighten the noose at the moment. Do as much economical damage as they can. And honestly, I rate the Mac 10 in this play. If they can get that out fast enough and try to take down this play, it'd be great. Unfortunately, it is easily countered by a single Molotov. Aleksib is going to be backing off perfect flash as well. Keito's going to be completely blinded, but so is the opposition. He does a lot of damage, but doesn't get the kill. It's going to be Favin with one, but Rez is going to be able to go in for the trade. Aleksib with one as well earlier on. They're going to be absolutely slapped. Rez finds one, but the trade from the grenade is going to be coming through now. Config from short. He's looking to try and bring this back and end this. It's going to be Tabson and Height to the 2v. Never mind, 1v3 Tabson. Longest standing player over the moment with the rest of the teammates having gone. Molotov's going to be going now. He should have chucked down the bomb. It doesn't matter. They're gone. That's going to be a GG. Well played. NiP winning their map pick pretty convincingly, but, you know, obviously on their side, sorry, on their CT side, they were struggling a little bit more there, though, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, they started to hit a few obstacles, a bit of back and forth, had their money reset in the early stages as well onto a double eco and such, and they wanted to press the issue because they had that bit of a gap. So you can understand how it started to spiral, how they did start to lose.